Now I'm going to talk to you directly, my short, small man who looks like me. I always begin and tell you I'm barely 5'3" on a good day. As you can see, I have no neck. I have a big, round moon face. I have gross features. I'm totally clean. I'm bald. I have a big, sprawling belly at 46 inches of belly. So I have to wear my trowel Wild Bill Hickok style. I'm ridiculous to look at. I'm talking to you, my small, short man. When you meet any woman, I do mean anyone, you have to understand you're going to have to share her. You cannot be possessive, jealous, or compare. What I'm saying to you very directly, my small, short man. She can leave you anytime, anywhere, anytime. If you watch very closely, my small, short friend, you'll see that woman, especially if the two of you are not visually an item. And for me to be able to survive out there in a tough environment, that woman had to be about 4'8", 4'9", and very, very plain. Then, and even then, I'll be horned in on anywhere I go. That's the problem. You have to realize that. You have to understand that, and that's your Church of Transmutations. You understand that. You tell yourself that. You prove it. You demonstrate it in the environment day by day. You'll see it if you're looking for it. And my friend, pride cometh before a fall. You got to know yourself, and I mean know yourself ruthlessly. You have to learn to prosecute yourself to be your toughest, most ruthless, most sadistic. Yes, I use that word, sadistic prosecutor. You have to hit yourself with and it's easy to do. We see models of this in the political model with all these damn talking heads, the Fox gang and then the other progressive, both sides. You have to hit yourself with the most hideous, sensational, ugly language that's sarcastic and insulting to describe yourself. What am I saying? You do it to yourself before your opponent, your challenger out there in the environment does it to you. Remember, I said it. The social world is an uncompromisingly cold, hard MFer. No question about it. In whatever form that takes. It can take a very subtle performance form, an actor's form, with a smiley, oh yeah, I'm your friend, oh yeah. And the acting, it's easy to fake somebody out, especially if you are desperate, despondent, and horny, my friend. I'm telling it straight. Of course, I'm using a lot of euphemisms. It would be much more understandable and comprehensible if I could use more graphic, exact language to describe what I'm talking about, the visuals and everything. But that's for you to fill in. But you need strategies that are street smart. All advice has to be practical and has to fit the practical situation here or now, or it's worthless. Philosophies in the real world don't mean anything. I am a philosopher, but that is only in the isolation and the quiet and the security of the world of the mind, thinking. But out there, everything happens fast, just like a fight in a square jungle. You prepare very well for the fight. You do everything you possibly can. But once you get in a square jungle, anything can happen. You have to be able to improvise and do things. And you have to do things that are illegal and know how to pull it off so the ref, you move your man around so the ref can't see you're fouling him and or lace him and so on, and so the ref don't see. That's what I'm getting at. That's the visual you must keep in mind when you hear me talk. Do it to him before he does it to you. But you'd have to know how to do it. And you have to develop the hard bark on your body that is not insultable, that is absolutely not sensitive, and mostly, as I found, not embarrassable by anything. That means if you take a woman, give you a concrete example, to a nightclub, B-room, whatever you take her to, and you go to the restroom or you move away from her, if she's a looker, and even if she isn't, there's always an imbalance. You're looking to a 60-40 imbalance on a good day, more men than women. If she's putting out the signals, and they're very subtle and not so subtle. So when he walks away, he peruses. He's watching that woman very closely. He's watching her behavior. She doesn't know he's watching. That's how you do it. He's exposing her. And he sees her looking at the other men and putting out the signals. Don't blame the man for what the woman's doing. She don't want... My friend, now get this. Guy, that's the signal. I don't care how much money you spent with her. I don't care how much emotion you've foolishly invested in her. I don't care about your codependency, your addiction to the presence, your desperation for the attention physically and socially of the woman. I don't care about none of that. Doesn't matter. He's got to watch her. Guys, she doesn't want to be with you. Period. You got to recognize this and move out. No need to get in a confrontation. No need to confront the stud who's your better in this situation. No need to do that. You've got your judgment. The decision was made. No means no. You don't like that? Everything's up for discussion and agreement. Pushback, encounter, and confrontation in the arena. If you're afraid to represent yourself, then you walk out with your head between your legs like a beat dog. And you have to look in the mirror and live with what you've just done. Without planning the day of retribution. That's a tough job. That's a very tough job. And of course, the younger you are, I'm an old man now, but the younger you are, of course, the more difficult this is going to be. Does what I'm saying right here and right now make any sense?